What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name is Nelson, and today I'm going to be showing you how to drive in back road type setting. And usually just one lane going that way, one lane going this way. Let's see our car that we're driving today. It's a 2000 Toyota Corolla. And you see it's got really bad wear here and there. My headliner is destroyed. It's got some cutesy stuff like little baby cats and whatnot, but man, this has got to be the worst car I've ever bought in my entire life. So when you're out there shopping for a car, and let's say you're just getting into it, don't know much about cars, my biggest advice is that you take someone with you. Never go alone to buy a car, ever. Take your mom, take your dad, take someone that's gonna tell you the truth. Take someone that's doesn't care about your feelings, because you can go and see a car and it's so beautiful on the outside, but it just mechanically doesn't sound that great. You need someone to tell you the truth about the car. This is the worst car I've ever bought in my entire life. Yes, I bought it by myself. I buy, you know, like, I don't even know, 20, 30, 40 cars a year. So I'm pretty experienced in it. The car does run really good, but it started overheating the minute I bought the car, like the first day, second day. And oh man, I don't know what to tell you. If I would have known it was overheating like that, I would have never bought it, because a car, you need to get into it, drive it, and go. And if you're buying a car and it's got motor problems, transmission problems, things like that, it is not worth a penny, because you're not going to be able to use it. You're not going to be able to, you're not going to need it. You need it to do something, which is get you A to B, and it's not going to be able to do that. So I'm already kind of driving already. We're in it to win it already. We're on the road. There's really not much to back road driving. That's why I recommend that if you're gonna start driving, drive first in a parking lot. A parking lot is good because it is a lot of turns, a lot of different things, a lot of stopping, and you're going really slow. So you're gonna learn a lot about your car in a parking lot. You're gonna see how fast it'll accelerate without you even giving the car gas, because it will accelerate without you giving it gas. Let me show you guys, for example, right here. I'm about to stop right here. I'm gonna hit my brakes. I'm gonna stop. Now what I'm gonna do really fast, I'm gonna let go of my brake, and you see the car just moves all by itself. And it's the same thing when you put it in reverse. The car will reverse all on its own, all by itself. You don't need to give it any gas. So when you're barely starting out and you're reversing, don't give it any gas. Of course, you should have already checked your mirrors, adjusted your seat, and put your seatbelt on. Of course, I have all that done already. The really cool thing about the back roads is that it's just basically just a straight line, but there is things that you have to remember. Number one thing is, I'll show you right there when we get there, because it's a little up ahead, passing lanes and stuff like that. In the back roads, there's not much you have to do, so it's a really good place to start. I'm just simply driving straight. Honestly, there's people behind me, there's people in front of me. One thing you should never do is tailgate people, because I have this giant trailer truck in front of me, and I can throw things up against my windshield, rocks, chip my windshield, potentially damage that, and I could possibly even swerve to get out of the way, something crazy like that. You see this guy, like I said, it's a straight line, and this guy is turning, so let's give him some space. Because what happens here is that we don't know what the traffic is on the other side. So there could be a lot of traffic, and then boom, out of nowhere, you know, we're stuck right behind them, and you don't want to, you know, be slamming on your brakes. What if your brakes don't work that good in whatever car you're driving? So you have to know your car just a little tiny bit. And we have solid yellow lines here, which means I cannot pass. You see the break in the line, that means someone can turn that way. But right now, no one can pass me. I'm going 50 miles an hour. The speed limit back here, I think, is 45, but everyone always drives 60. Everyone always goes over the speed limit, and it's okay to go over the speed limit in certain places. Like, I already know here that I can go 60 safely, even though speed limit's like 45, and I will not get stopped by a police officer. I will not get a ticket for that. It's just, these are like rules of the back roads. You can go a little faster as long as it's safe. And you see how the lines still are just solid. No one can turn, no one can pass me. So what happens here in the back roads is, if you're going slow, like 45, the actual speed limit, everyone behind you is literally going to try to kill themselves to pass you up. So it is dangerous to drive speed limit or below it. You really have to drive like 5 miles to 10 miles over the speed limit just because of how fast you will annoy people in the back roads. Because these people know the back roads, they take the back roads every day, and they do it to avoid the freeways. Are the passing lanes for the back roads. You can see how they're just kind of cuts. And what that means, basically, if there's someone behind me who wants to go faster, they can. Here we have a little shop where they sell fruits. Chippenary Farms is what it's called, and you always have people pulling in and out, so you have to be cautious. You have to know about that. You got to make sure that you see people's blinkers. Hopefully they use them, and whenever they do that, give them extra time. Over here on the back roads, you got a corn maze over here, and the thing about back roads too is it can be dangerous. There's a lot of farmland, a lot of animals, pigs, cows, different things, you know, foxes. So they will cross the road and they don't care about the signs. So you have to just be really careful. I will tell you this though too, those lines that I was telling you about, if I try to pass someone up right now and a cop sees me, 100% I will get a ticket. Mostly because they do the lines on purpose. They do it on turns in places where the other traffic cannot see you. So if you're literally in their lane trying to pass someone up, just know that it's dangerous, and they do it for a reason. All right, so we're approaching the city now, and my lane has just opened up to 2 lanes. If you're just starting driving, I really recommend you do not pass anyone up on that type of setting, driving on back road driving. It's better just to, if you see someone driving slower than you, just slow down and give them their space, 2-3 car lengths away. That way everything is safe. You never know when they're going to be turning anywhere, and it's only a one road traffic, so just remember to be safe. So right here, I already see that there's a stop sign, there's traffic in front of me. I'm not even hitting my gas anymore, I'm just kind of coasting. I could switch lanes over here, but there's too much cars and everyone else is switching lanes. So I am just going to relax right here. Just because everyone else is switching doesn't mean you have to switch. The safest thing is just to breathe, take a second, relax. You don't have to shift if you don't want to, if you don't need to. Because potentially if you start shifting right there, even if you put your blinker on, someone behind the other person that you can't even see is maybe shifting too, and they're going faster. So you just don't want to collide with them. And if you're switching lanes and you get into a car accident, it's your fault, because you have to know when it's safe for you to switch lanes. Okay, so if that guy's going faster, even though he's going straight, and you didn't see him in your mirrors, and you shifted lanes in front of him and got into an accident, that's like 100% your fault. Even if you saw him, even if you didn't see him, even if he was in your blind spot. And here we are at Stanislaus State University, and everyone slows down here a little tiny bit. This is the college. So when you get to these school type settings, yes, just slow down. Speed limit's like 25. And I'm going 30 miles an hour, so this is a good, safe speed to go around this area. So guys, just a quick recap. When you're buying a car, take someone with you, take someone who's gonna give you good advice. I would recommend your parent, because their advice always comes from the heart. You know, it doesn't matter if they're not telling you what you want to hear. You're like, even though you really like this car or truck, and they're telling you, no baby, don't buy that truck, don't buy this car, I think it's just gonna get you into trouble, even though it looks good, drives good, smells good, all that kind of stuff. You know, listen to your parents, because their advice is coming directly from the heart, and you're not gonna get that advice from anywhere else. Also, back road driving is, I think, the easiest. I think you should start off in a parking lot setting, because parking lot setting is a lot of turns. You're going to see how fast your car accelerates all on its own. You're going to see how it reverses. You're going to see how your brakes feel without putting you in any real danger. Back roads, after the parking lot, I think you should definitely the same day hit the back roads, or at least try to drive home if you're not too far. That's gonna put you in a setting where maybe you've never been into, and it's gonna be good for you, because you're gonna learn really, really fast. You learn something, yes, in the parking lot, but now it's time to take it onto the road. Now that you know these little tiny basic things, these are things, I mean, you know, my channel's not too complicated. It's actually pretty simple. Driving is simple. Like I said, I buy and sell cars every day. I think that a monkey could literally do my job. A monkey could sell cars. So yeah, and honestly, they could probably drive cars too. But don't worry too much, because after about your first year, maybe even first months of driving, you're gonna be like a straight pro. You see, all I've done right now is basically drive straight in an exact straight line, and it's worked out perfectly, flawlessly. Not even close to getting into an accident because of how far away I stay. Look, I'm not hitting my gas right now because of how I accelerate and decelerate. I don't like, and you know, we're gonna get to the stop sign anyway. It's not a race to get to a stop sign. It's just a waste of gas is what it is. So yeah, and if you wanted to be even safer, I would recommend getting one of those student driver stickers, or I know there's some clip things you can put on. I want to get one of those because I drive really slow every single day. I'm always chilling, and I appreciate you guys being here watching me drive and chill, because that's honestly what's going on. And yeah, I want to get one of those just so I can chill out even harder, and people aren't honking at me or this or that saying that I'm driving so slow, because I'm just chilling. Honestly, I love driving just because driving is such a good experience. It's a miracle that we're out here driving. It really is a miracle. Okay guys, that's the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing. I'll see you guys next time. Woo!